I want to go over an incident that happened to us today. A customer called and my wife happened to be the one who was answering the phone. We are 3 people that answer the phone in the shop here, either my sister, my wife, or myself. If nobody's here, I'll answer the phone, or if we are too busy and we have more than a couple of people on hold, I'll take the call as well. So my wife happened to be the one who was answering the phone, and the customer gave her a hard time. Let's go over the customer's ticket and see what's going on. This customer mailed over an iPad Pro 12.9 inch that had a touch issue. And in the description, the customer wrote, touch is not working, tried original screen and still not working. Customer filled out the mailing form on May 20th. He filled out the form on May 20th. He mailed over the package and we received his package on May 29th, on Saturday. And we sent him a message. We received your package. We will update you once we start working on your device or devices. On Monday, we sent him an email, May 31st. Good news, your device is fixed and ready to ship out. An invoice will be emailed to you shortly. Package will ship out after payment. Don't hesitate to let us know if you have any questions. The tablet was fixed. Now, one thing to note is when the customer mailed over the tablet, he mailed the tablet, he mailed the screen, but he did not mail the home button. Customer did not mail the home button. Our job was to fix the no touch issue. We did fix the no touch issue and we installed the screen so the customer does not disconnect the screen and blow out the touch filter. So we installed the screen and we put the plate and the screws so the screen is held in place, and all the customer has to do is install the home button. The customer is a repair shop. We fixed tablets for that customer before. I have an iPad Pro 12.9 right here. Customer mailed over the screen without a home button, and if you replace the home button, then the customer is going to lose the touch functionality. So the customer being a repair shop, we assume that the customer had the button and the customer is going to install that button. But my wife asked me, she said the customer mailed over the tablet without a button. What should we do? So I told her to send him an email and let him know if he wants us to install a button for him. The tablet is fixed, but it doesn't have a button. So my wife sent him a message on when? On May 31st. Same day that she sent him an invoice. Hello, Victor, please let us know if you would like a home button installed. Your iPad came without. That's what she wrote him. And Victor replied. So Victor is looking at the emails. He's looking at the updates on his ticket. So Victor wrote, thank you. Please make sure you charge me business-to-business prices. I've done 3 other iPads with you guys, and I was told to mention that the next time. Okay? He's probably replying to what she told him earlier about the good news that your device is fixed. Thank you. Please make sure you charge me business-to-business prices. And we gave Victor $20 off. But Victor did not respond to whether he wants a home button installed on his tablet or not. The fact that he did not respond to the home button makes me think, I mean, we're not psychics. We cannot guess if that customer wants a button or does not want a button. We sent him a message. He did not reply to that message. So what we did is like I said, we installed the screen. We installed the screen just like you see here. Okay, with the plate. For those of you who may have not seen an iPad from the inside before, we installed the screen. We installed the plate that goes over the screen connector, and we put the screws on that screen. Now, since we did not know whether we had to install a button or not, and Victor never responded to us whether he wants that button installed or not, and since that tablet came for a no-touch issue and we fixed that issue, what we did is we put the screen back on, we put the plate, we put the screws, and we sent it to Victor like this. So Victor can open it again and he can install the home button. The home button had the fingerprint functionality on it. So if we put a home button for Victor, then Victor is going to lose that fingerprint functionality. I'm sure Victor, being a repair shop that mailed the screen over without a home button, I'm sure that he has that home button in his shop. So we send the tablet to Victor like this without the home button, and the tablet is opened. Now Victor received the tablet, and when did he receive it? Let's go over the ticket again. Invoice emailed on June 1st. Okay, so we received the tablet on May 29th, on Saturday. We worked on it on Monday, and Victor was invoiced on Monday, and the package was shipped on Tuesday, the very next day. Now, Victor did not pay for an expedited service, but we did give him an expedited service because he is a business. He worked with us before, And we finished his tablet the very next day. Victor paid, and we shipped his package the very next day. His package was shipped on June 2nd. So we received his package on May 29th. On Saturday. Sunday we're closed. We worked on it and fixed it on May 31st. We sent an invoice to Victor on May 31st. Actually on June 1st. And Victor paid. We shipped his package out on June 2nd. That's expedited service. Victor called in today, and I will play the recording. He called in today and he said, I received my tablet. The screen was connected, the plate was there, and the screws were there. I took off the plate, I took off the screen, and the connector ripped. All right, so let's go over the recording quick. And let me put the volume up so you can hear what I'm hearing.
This call is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, please disconnect at this time.
Yes, I got a issue here with the iPad I just received. Yeah. So it was put together here, like it was screwed down with the plate and all, but it didn't have the home button attached. So when I went to open it up to put the home button, not knowing that everything was put back together, it ended up damaging the connector on the iPad.
When he took out the screen to install the home button, it ended up damaging the connector. Some ghost ended up damaging that connector. So the customer did have the button. The customer did have the button for the screen. He took out the screen to install the button and he damaged the connector. So what did my wife tell him?
So I need to get this back over there. Huh? I'm a business owner. Look, I'm a business owner. You don't.
She told him, so it's your fault. That's what she told him. Customers do not like to hear the word, it's your fault. And there are other ways to tell the customer that, it's his fault. You do not just tell the customer straight away that it's your fault. It's obviously the customer's fault, but I'm trying to look at this from both points of view. I want to be fair to the person who's answering and to the person who's calling. Right now, it's very obvious that the problem is from the customer, but the person who's answering could have worded what she said in a different way.
Look, I'm a business owner. You don't start blaming people. It's not the first. Let me speak to somebody else.
We have asked
you if you,
we have asked.
Are you serious?
You're
just gonna start. You're gonna start.
I remember you really well.
I've never even called you. I've never even called this company before. This has only been through emails. This is the third iPad I get done. The other two were fine. I don't even know you. Never spoke
by
to you.
Email. I know which one you.
I asked you by email. What? Okay. What did you ask me by email? What did we talk about by email?
With the home button installed, because this is the way it came.
Okay, look at your emails and look for anything that says anything about home button. Okay. Because I don't have any interaction with you guys.
Provide me your ticket number, please.
I'm sorry? No. I want you to find, because you know me, I want you to find it. Because you know me. You know who I am, so I want you to find it.
Okay, if you don't want to provide the ticket number,
I want time. You know me.
I'm gonna need time to locate it. Yes, I know you. It. And I'm gonna need time to locate it. So you're gonna wait until the end of the day. So
let me
wait until the end of the day. Can I speak to somebody else?
Okay? Can I speak to somebody else?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Oh wow. Okay. So okay. Find a ticket. Get somebody else to call me, because this is just
wait until the end of the day.
You call me right off the bat. You just tell me, so it's your fault, and you don't even know what the fuck is happening. Seriously? I mean, you don't do that as a business.
Okay, just wait until the end of the day, and I'm gonna send you an email. You check that.
Okay.
I wrote down some notes while listening to this conversation. I wrote down some notes, and I want to comment on a few things. The first thing I see as being wrong is the way the call was handled. My wife told the customer, so it's your fault. You never tell the customer it's your fault. Customers do not like to hear the word, it's your fault. Even if it's the customer's fault, it could be phrased better than the word, it's your fault. We could have phrased it better. If I was the person who was answering the call, I would have told the customer, no problem, mail it over, we'll take a look and see what's going on. When we received that tablet, we open it, and let's say we found out that we had a damaged FEC connector or a damaged screen cable, then I can call the customer back. Hello, Victor. We found out that you have a damaged FEC connector, and that's not part of the original ticket. It's going to cost you that much to get fixed. Do you want to proceed? That's how I would have handled the conversation. I would not have told Victor that it's your fault, but rather I would have told him to mail it over. We'll take a look and see what's going on. That's it. Simple. I mean, my wife is the type of person, how can I explain it? She's the innocent type of person. My wife is an innocent person. Whereas my sister, if I tell my sister what to do, she'll punch me, knock me out, lights out. I open my eyes and I'm in La La Land. That's my sister. The customer clearly overpowered her in the conversation. Victor wanted to take control of the conversation, and he quickly jumped and said, "You don't start blaming people." That's what Victor said. You don't start blaming people. Nobody's blaming anybody. You called in and you said everything was connected and all. The plate was connected, the screws were connected. I tried to take the screen out to install the home button, and it ended up damaging the connector on the iPad. Who ended up damaging the connector on the iPad? Now, my wife remembered that iPad, and she told him, "I remember very well. I sent you an email and asked if you want a home button installed on the iPad." And it's true, because we do see it in our ticketing system. Let's go over it one more time quick. We sent him an email, and it's visible in our ticketing system right here. And we told him, "Please let us know if you would like a home button installed." And that was May 31st. Victor obviously is reading the ticket, because he responded to our ticket when we told him, "Good news, your device is fixed." So we did ask Victor if he would like us to install a button for him. Victor did not respond, and Victor being a repair shop, we assumed that he has the button for the tablet, and he did, because he tried to disconnect the screen and install the button, and that's when he damaged the connector on the screen. Now, right after the conversation, Victor went online to Google and left a negative review. Let's go over to Google. Okay, and right now we have 147 reviews. Click on the reviews, and maybe we can sort by newest. Right there. So I got an iPad back from them, and the connector is damaged. When I called to explain and get the issue resolved, the first thing out of the very rude lady was, "It's your fault." She claimed that she knows who I am because we spoke before. This was the first time I've ever called the company and spoke to a female. I have spoken to a very professional man before, but not her. She wanted me to give her my ticket number, but if she knew who I really were, she would know that she wouldn't let me speak to anyone else, and told me I would have to wait till she felt like finding the ticket number. As a business owner, I would never start off a conversation with someone with "It's your fault." Listen to the customer. See how you can help them and make it right. One deal with them again. Stay away. I agree that the phone conversation could have been handled differently, but it is what it is. Okay? So let's sector this into pieces. The first thing Victor said, "I got the iPad back and the connector is damaged." That's not true. The connector was not damaged. The reason we put the screen back and the plate back and the screws back is so that Victor can test touch before he disconnects the screen and install a button. Because if Victor disconnected the screen without disconnecting the battery first, then the touch is going to blow out again, and Victor is going to blame us for not fixing his touch. So we fixed everything inside for him so he can turn it on and test touch. But rather, Victor said that we mailed him the tablet with a damaged connector. When I called to explain and get the issue resolved, the first thing out with the very rude lady was, "It's your fault." I agree. You do not tell the customer it's your fault, but there are better ways to communicate with the customer. I 100% agree. Victor continued, and he went on to say that she claimed that she knew who I am because we spoke before. This was the very first time I've ever called the company and spoke to a female. She remembers you because she remembers when she sent you a message asking if you want a home button installed on your iPad. She does not know your ticket number. She does not know you as a person, but she remembers sending you a message and asking if you want a home button installed on the screen. That's how she knows you. That's how she remembers you. I have spoken to a very professional man before, but not her. That man is probably me, because I'm the only guy who answers the phone in the shop here. The other person is my sister and my wife. She wanted me to give her my ticket number, but if she knew who I really was, then why would she ask for the ticket number? She does not know your ticket number. She does not know you as a person, but she remembers that she sent you an email asking if you want that home button installed on the tablet. The least you could have done is provide her with a ticket number rather than make it difficult on her to look up your information. As a business owner, I would never start the conversation with, "It's your fault." I totally agree. Listen to the customer. We always do. We always do. Absolutely. See how you can help them and make it right. One deal with them again. Stay away. I mean, if I go to a bank, I go inside the bank to a teller and I tell her I want to withdraw $500 and the teller gave me $480. She counted the money and she gave me the money. I went on the side, I counted, and I have $480 instead of $500. There are two ways I can handle the situation. I can go back to her. "Where's my other $20? You stole my $20. What kind of business is this? What kind of bank is this? Are you serious? Are you kidding me?" I can go that route and be loud and overpower the teller with my voice and with my attitude. Or I can go back to the teller and tell her, "Sorry, ma'am, I just counted the money and I have $480 and not $500. I'm $20 short. Can you please check and see what went wrong?" I'm sure the teller will look on her desk. I'm sure the teller will call to check surveillance and see what went wrong. And she will be able to help me out, which is the better way, to be loud and make the teller's life harder, or being nice and patient. Which way is better? Right now, I'm not really concerned if that customer came back or not. I'm not really concerned about that negative feedback the customer left. I know what I did and what I did not do, and I did not do anything wrong, and I did not do anything bad. You cannot please everybody, and sometimes it's hard to avoid negative feedback. And that goes to show you that you cannot trust every feedback that you read online. Customer said that he received his tablet with a damaged connector, which is a total lie. And then he's saying, "Stay away." Why stay away? Why stay away? We fixed 3 of your tablets. Why stay away? We did work that nobody else could do. Why stay away? What did we do wrong? All we did was fix your tablets. And you did say that we fixed 2 tablets for you before, and we fixed the 3rd one, and we mailed it to you. And you did mention you tried to take the screen out, and the connector, it got damaged. It got damaged by itself. Nobody damaged it, but it got damaged by itself. Why? Why don't you just say, "I tried to disconnect the screen, I damaged the connector, I want to mail it back to you so you can see what's going on"? Why is it so difficult? I mean, the reason I'm making this video is so I can show you what goes on when dealing with customers every day. As a business owner, I have to be fair. I look at the conversation, I look at both ends, my wife, the person answering the phone, and the customer. I do shift some blame onto my wife. She could have handled the call differently. She could have phrased what she said differently, but I shift the bigger blame on the customer. The customer overpowering the conversation, the customer being loud, the customer stating that the connector was damaged, where we sent him a perfectly working connector, the customer not wanting to give the ticket number to my wife so she can look up his information. I mean, why? Why are you trying to be difficult? Just give her the ticket number, let her do her job, and then you take it from there. I mean, why can't you be upfront and say, "I tried to take the screen out, I damaged the connector, I want to send it back to you so you can see what's going on. Can you please help me?" And we're going to tell you, of course we can help you. Mail it back, we'll see what's going on. Maybe it's something quick and simple. Maybe we can do it for you at no charge. We charge you for shipping. If it's something major, we're going to have to charge you to fix what you did wrong. Why can't you be upfront? I did a video a couple of days ago where I mentioned when a customer comes in to drop a device or a customer mails over a device, the customer must sign our terms. And the customer must agree to the risks involved working on any device. That device may be fully functional, but still there are risks involved when working on that device. Let's say we got in a Surface Pro tablet. We all know how difficult it is to remove screens from Surface Pros. Almost always the screen will break or crack when you try to remove it off the tablet. So when a customer mails over a tablet like that, they must agree that there are risks involved. The screen can crack, the screen can break when we try to pry it open. The customer has problems with the hard drive inside. In order to get to the hard drive, we have to pry that screen open, we have to heat up the screen, and we have to start prying the screen from the edges. Maybe the screen has a weak point somewhere on the corners, and by prying the screen, maybe that glass will crack. It's part of the risk. Some people commented that if you break something, you have to take responsibility for breaking that thing. If it's a Surface Pro that was mailed over here and we are trying to remove the screen, Even if that screen breaks, it's part of the risk. But if I drop that tablet, I'm holding that tablet, and that tablet drops and the screen breaks, then I take responsibility. I'm the one who's responsible for that screen. And I did a video and I mentioned that link to a lot of people who wrote, why should the customer take the risk? If I'm the one who dropped that tablet and broke the screen, then I have to pay for that screen. But if I'm trying to pry the screen open for the customer, I'm doing my absolute best to pry that screen open. There's a weak point somewhere on that tablet and the screen just cracks. It's part of the risk. It's part of the risk, and customers must agree to that risk. Right now, the customer thinks they solved the problem by leaving a negative review and by being rude to the person answering the phone call. He did not solve anything. Customer did not solve anything. What stops me right now from leaving 10 negative reviews for that customer on both his Google and Yelp page? I mean, I do not like to leave negative reviews to anybody. I was screwed a lot on eBay, and I never left a single negative feedback to any one of the sellers, even though I should. But when something is not too major, I just let it slip. I just let it go and I move on with my life. The person selling on eBay is probably trying to make a living, and I do not want to make his life hard. I just let it go. If it was something major, maybe I would leave a negative feedback, but something minor, and I just let it go. One thing I want to go over also, when the customer asked my wife if he can speak to somebody else, and my wife said no, there's nobody else. I mean, I can understand at the heat of the moment she said no, there's nobody else to talk to, but the right way should have been, all right, I'll take your number down, I'll pass it on to Alex, and Alex will give you a call to figure out this whole situation. That would have been the right way to handle that request. Let me know what you think. Let me know how my wife could have handled this differently. Let me know how the customer could have handled this differently. Leave it down in the comments. And that's it. I'm going to end it right here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do something else in the next video.